This is my 3-month review of the Tongsheng 500-watt e-bike mid-drive kit. I put it on an old 70s rally 3-speed bike with a Sturmy Archer hub on it. And I'd like to go for a ride, and we will talk about everything that's been going on with this thing. Hi, I'm Kevin, and welcome to the channel. First of all, I want to say thank you all for liking and subscribing. Even though I have not posted in a few months, you guys find this content valuable enough to keep on subscribing, and I am truly grateful for that. I got a little bit sick and was off of work for a few months, so I was unable to continue on any projects, but we got all that taken care of, and I will be back in business. So let's talk about this mid-drive kit that turned out to be pretty good. It's a 500-watt, 48-volt mid-drive kit, and I put it on a early 70s rally Hercules, basically Dutch type street bike. It has a 3-speed Sturmy Archer hub on it. It's all internal gears, so you don't have to worry about any derailleur or anything like that. And I really don't miss having more than 3 gears. They're really great as far as that goes. So I bought this kit back in April. There's 2 other videos out. If you catch this and you haven't seen any of the other videos, there's a unboxing video and a installation video that I had done a few months back. So now that I've lived with this kit for a little while, I just want to talk a little bit about how well it does and how it's been going. But I'd like to also incorporate this nice ride I take when I head on out into work and stuff. So I'll take a few pauses in between talking just to sort of, we can check out the scenery and enjoy the ride too. So here we go. We're coming up on a nice old country road. Let's take a look at this for a minute. So what were my initial thoughts when I bought this kit? Well, I thought it was a good price. It was like $350 on Amazon. And I was looking into the Bafang mid-drive kits, and they were a little bit higher. They were like $500-600. And so I just thought that we'll just give this bargain one a try and see how it does. And when I initially got the kit, I was very, very surprised at how well it was packaged, how the actual motor looked, especially when it was on the bike and all that stuff. So I was initially very, very impressed with the whole situation for $350. Now, when I installed it, I had 0 issues, 0 problems installing this. They give you everything you need to get this on a bike and to get you rolling, except the battery, obviously. But I used the same 48-volt battery that I had on my eahora Cupid, So I was able to swap the two out, make them interchangeable, and that way I could only needed one battery for both bikes. So initially, it turned out to be a really great buy. The right out of the box, it worked, and it worked okay, but it was very weak in power, and it was very, very slow. My other bike would go 35 miles an hour, and I knew this wasn't going to be that, but it was topping out at like 15 or something like that. So I was able to go into the menu and mess with some of the settings, and inside there was a setting to increase the amperage. And since I had a big battery on here, I went to max amps on it, and what a difference. It's still pretty slow. It only goes up to 20 mile an hour, but the torque was much better, and it was a much, much better experience once I did that. Now, I have heard of some people going in and making this an open source controller, which I'm still doing some in research on that so I can figure out how to actually do that. But obviously, I think you got to order a special cable in order to be able to plug your computer into the kit and make more adjustments. But we'll take that as it comes. So I had got the kit. Everything was fine. I finally got it adjusted good to where I was getting decent speed out of it. And, you know, it's a great ride. I mean, it really, it's relaxing. It was nice. I didn't have to worry about anything going, 20 miles an hour is just a nice cruising speed, So if this is something like, if you want to put you have a favorite bike and you want to put a e-bike kit on there, this would be great because it'll fit on any bike as long as you have the right crank spacing in there. And they do come with a couple shims, so if your spacing's a little smaller, you can make up for that too, which is great. Now, when I first got it too, I was having an issue with it wanting to shut down a lot. And one time it threw a code, and the code was too much voltage for the controller or something like that. Which I think what was going on was the battery was just blasting it with too much voltage and killing it. But after about 3 weeks of running it consistently, all that went away. It stopped doing it, and it's been really great ever since. So I don't know if there was just something that needed to be adjusted, internally with the battery getting used to working with the kit or not. But, yeah, it turned out to be pretty awesome. So, as I said before, I had a eahora Cupid, and that was my first e-bike. And I've had that for... since December of last year. And it's a great bike kit. It was fine, but I outgrew that really fast. And so I wanted to kind of do some more customizing and maybe take it up a notch and try to get to go 50 miles an hour with it. But I also was intrigued by these Middrive kits because they have a possibility to use gears with it, to shift with it, in which I really, really like that a lot. And I ended up selling the Cupid. I just kind of outgrew it and was ready to move on with it. But I kept the battery, which is pretty awesome. So I still have a 48 volt, 30 amp hour battery that I can use on anything now, which is great. And I had thought about maybe upgrading it to that Cyclone. I think it's called a Cyclone. It can go up to 72 volts. I mean, it's a huge difference, but I don't think I would feel very safe going 50 miles an hour on a bicycle. You know what I mean? So I'm going to look into another full-size moped-style e-bike and try to get something upgradable from that. And if you guys have any recommendations on anything, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear. Right now I'm looking at the Aoki A8 52 volt all-wheel drive, they say that will go 45 miles an hour, which would be fine. I'd like to have something that would max out at 50, but it would feel comfortable averaging about 40. That way, if I have to take it to work, then I would feel comfortable enough getting there within an hour or so, you know. So this is my daily driver. I use this as my mode of transportation. I do not own a vehicle anymore. My truck was stolen last year, and instead of going through the whole process of buying something and deal with the payment and all that, I just went ahead and got an e-bike. Well, first I got a gas bike, and then I got an e-bike. And it really has been great. I have not missed needing to go anywhere, long distances anyway. So, but I would like something that would keep up with traffic, that would feel a little bit more comfortable, going a little bit faster and all that. So we're getting ready to jump into a better kit, a better, well, don't want to say kit, but a better e-bike as far as that goes. So then I'm just going to leave this as my backup bike in case something happens with the next bike that I come across. I mean, it's staying in my arsenal forever, this one is, because I just really do love it a lot. So, like I said, I've been driving it every day for 3 months. And the only problem that I've had is with the shifter and the Sturmey Archer hub, which has nothing to do with the actual Middrive. The cable it sucked itself in and it was doing some really weird shifting things on there. But yeah, no problems with the kit whatsoever. So let's run through some of the likes and dislikes of the kit. Well, I'll go through the likes first, and we'll deal with some of the dislikes. I really like the price. The price was outstanding. $350 for a 500-watt Middrive motor and whole kit to put it all together is great. And I feel like that's about the right price. Some of these other ones are getting up there, you know. And also, I like that it's a maintenance-free, easy cruiser. I've put a couple hundred miles on this thing, and I've had zero problems with it whatsoever. It was basically plug and play. I got it all put together, and I just went down the road with it, and I've had outstanding service with this thing. I also liked the way that it looked. It was like this flat black paint job on it, and the crank pedals were sort of molded around the motor, you know, so it really looked like a nice, modern, sleek design for a Middrive kit. And my bike is black, so people don't even really realize that I'm riding an e-bike until I tell them, or they see that big old battery on the luggage rack. So all in all, I have zero regrets about buying this kit whatsoever. Now, some of my dislikes on the kit would be it's too slow. There's not enough power really to get you to keep up with traffic or anything like that. So it can tend to feel a little bit squirrely just because you're not keeping up with traffic. Everybody's flying by you, you know, and honestly, people do not look out for you at all. So you have to have your head on a swivel and make sure, especially if you don't have any bike paths, that you give yourself enough clearance and enough signals and all that to let the drivers know where you're at. Because it can be pretty wild, I found. I also don't like the fact that there's limited adjustments on the controller and the display. They don't make it to where you're able to navigate in the display well enough to really adjust everything to how you need it, you know? Like I said, there's this thing about making it open source, and I think you have to have a special cable for that, in which I would like to try it. But then you can go in and do all the computer adjustments and everything that you have to do to really dial in this motor and to get it going. I watched a video of a guy that did it, and he said you know, there was quite a bit less power than the Bafang equivalent, but after he went through the open source, it was much better. So maybe that's what I got to do to really get in there and to see what's going on and really make the adjustments for it. So there was this really weird noise coming from it for a while there. It was like dried out gear sounding, you know, and I guess there's this plastic gear inside there that will break sometimes, and I was afraid that that might have happened, but I went ahead and lubed everything up really good, and that went away, and it's nice and smooth again, and it's good. So I guess I just didn't oil it right the first time, which, you know, I mean, these things happen when we're taking on new kits and new things like that. So really, that's really about all of my dislikes for it. I mean, I have to say that this is 90% awesome kit. If you aren't worried about going too fast, if you're just wanting to get something on one of your favorite bikes or anything like that, this kit would be really great. And you could, I mean, I've had people take me into town and throw the bike in the back of the truck and then drop me off, and I'll ride around, cruise around town and stuff all day long, no problem. It's light enough I can lift it in there by myself, and I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. And it's still a nice cruiser, and you know, you still don't have to pedal, so that's pretty awesome. I also like the pedal assist on it. It all comes encased in its own little unit, so you don't have to worry about any sensors or anything. But you can definitely feel the difference when you're pedaling. I mean, it's pretty cool. So really, this has been a really great kit, and I don't have anything bad to say about it. So let me know down in the comments if you have this same kit or a similar Middrive kit. I really do want to get an upgraded kit, Middrive kit eventually, but like I said, I'm not going to get crazy fast on a bicycle, you know. What are some of the newer bikes that you guys have gotten that you would really swear by that could get up to 35, 40 miles an hour or so? Like I said, I'm checking out the Aoki e-bike. I'm also looking into possibly getting something that's more of a no-name brand and doing reviews and stuff on that too. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you would be interested in seeing more of, rather than, like, you know, obviously if I did a more popular bike, then I could get dialed in with the trending thing. But I'm not making this channel for those reasons. I'm making this channel to explain anything, any problems or any issues that I've had being somebody relatively new into this hobby and just having some fun with it, you know. And if people want to see it, then great. I mean, and you guys have been really, really great about that, so I really am grateful for it. So if you have any other questions, issues, problems, or anything like that, let me know down in the comments below. There's been a few comments on the Cupid where people were getting blown tires and different things like that. And so this is a great place to, you know, voice your issues like that. And I'll leave the comments up. You know what I mean? Like, so other people, when they're watching these videos, see that and they can look for it and say, oh, okay, let me look out for this. Let me look out for that. So if you've had any issues or problems with this particular kit, let me know and I will keep the comment up so that everybody can see and they can all figure it out for themselves that way. And once again, I will try to get a little more regular on my posting, especially when I get a new project. Like I said, I haven't had anything going on, so I'm not going to just post fluff just to appease the algorithm. That's not what this channel is for. I want to do this channel for strictly people who are in the same mindset as me, as far as, you know what, let's just take a look at all this stuff, and if you have a genuine curiosity about this, instead of, you know, just trying to make stuff to get people to click on it. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with the rest of this video, just riding the bike and having some fun. And yeah, if you guys dig it, please leave a like, subscribe, or comment down below. And we will see you on the next one. Thank you.